Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today we're taking a look at Saints Row the Third Remastered. This video is sponsored by Epic Games and Deep Silver, who hooked me up with a code to check out the game. A huge thank you to them for making this video possible. Also, if you want to help out my channel, you can use my creator code to purchase this game. It's linked in the video description, or just use LevelCapGaming at checkout. Now, there's been a lot of game remasters over the past few years. Some of them have been great, others not so much, but I gotta say Saints Row 3 is definitely up there with the best of them. On a technical level, the game's models, textures, lighting engine, and overall complexity has been massively increased over the original game. The developers really went over the visuals with a fine-toothed comb and really upgraded just about everything. Turning the graphics up to max, the game looks as close to a modern-day title as any game in the franchise has ever looked. Now, what I find really cool about this remaster, and frankly I love it when devs do this with a remaster, is they've rebuilt huge chunks of the game from the ground up. For example, all of the featured character models, vehicles, weapons, and cosmetics are brand new. In addition to that, the density of NPCs and objects in the world has also been greatly expanded. Steelport now looks more full and vibrant than it did in the original, and not just because of a resolution or frame rate increase, but because they actually made it denser and look more vibrant from the inside out. Now, that being said, I guess that you might expect this remaster to still feel like a somewhat dated game, considering that the original came out in 2011. You might be thinking perhaps the gameplay hasn't aged well or something along those lines. And to be honest, I was thinking the same thing getting into this. But I was actually really surprised to find the gameplay still holds up incredibly well. It's built around putting the action before everything else, which I personally love. So pretty much every second of the gameplay is just guns blazing. The missions are straightforward and they keep the story moving forward without bogging you down with like bowling missions or having to follow some random NPC without getting spotted. You're a saint, you have lots of guns, and you're here to blow stuff up, and the game never loses sight of that. And really, that's kind of what set the Third apart from similar titles of its era. Other games promised open world action and adventure, but often restrained from going balls to the wall. Saints Row 3 is about as gamey of an action game as you can get. The insane arsenal of weapons and vehicles just adds to the craziness. There's hover jets, cannonball cars, and some, we'll call it melee weapons at your disposal. The character customization is also shockingly deep, letting you change basically every feature of your character, as well as all sorts of ridiculous clothing options. I went with the hot dog suit because, of course, I went with the hot dog suit. Embracing the absurdity of an open world game where you can run over civilians in a tank is what Saints Row as a franchise is all about. Even today, with all the crazy open world games, it's still refreshing to dive into a Saints Row game and cut loose. So many other games are like, yeah, you can have fun doing whatever you want, but only for so long. In Saints Row, the more trouble you get into, the more fun it tends to get. And really, I think that's just the core focus of the Third, is having fun. The remaster amps everything up with better visuals, but doesn't get in the way of that core fun. Many fans of the franchise consider 2 and 3 to be the Saints' golden age. And one of the cooler things about the Third is that there's a bunch of big set piece moments like riding a bank vault or parachuting to the penthouse of Saints HQ. However, unlike a lot of games where the action plays out in a cutscene or a lot of the stuff you can't really interact with, the Third basically is built using the actual gameplay systems. The penthouse assault is my personal favorite moment from the game and is brought to new heights with all the visual upgrades. Once you hit the rooftop, the action just kicks off in full swing and basically guns just start blazing. The remaster also features full co-op support, so you can party up with friends and rampage through the city together. The original game's co-op is really a highlight for most players because the chaos is so much better when shared with a friend. The remaster also includes all of the original game's DLC, which is 3 expansion mission packs and 30 DLCs like weapons, cosmetics, and vehicles. The remaster really is the total package. Overall, I think Saints Row the Third Remaster will go down as one of the better updates to the classic game. It really doesn't appear to be a cash grab or an attempt to rake in good faith from old fans. It seems like a genuine effort to preserve the game's legacy while giving it the proper modern treatment. treatment that it deserves. Now, what excites me more than anything is, of course, what it means for the future of the franchise. We know that they're working on a new Saints Row game, and if the quality of this remaster is anything to go by, I think we can at least expect a pretty darn good looking 5th entry to the franchise. Now, if you've never played a Saints Row game before, or you enjoyed the 3rd when it launched back in 2011, the remaster is definitely something you should check out. It blends the best aspects of the franchise's gameplay with more modern visuals and many updates. If you want to check it out, use my link in the video description or use my creator code at checkout. You can also follow Saints Row on Twitter and subscribe to their YouTube channel with the links below to stay up to date. Once again, thanks to Epic Games and Deep Silver for sponsoring this video. Let me know what you guys think of the Saints Row the 3rd Remastered in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.